Guys, in this video, we will be learning Pandas DataFrame.transform function in Python, right? As you know, Pandas is an amazing library that contains extensive built-in function for manipulating data, right? Transform is super useful when you are looking to manipulate rows or columns, right? You should note this point. You are going to manipulate rows and columns with these functions, okay? I am using editor PyCharm and Python version 3.12 is installed on my computer, right? Before getting started with any of the implementation, you have to install Pandas library on your computer. If you have not installed this library on your computer, you have to open your command prompt or you can open your terminal and type one command, that is pip install pandas. Okay, once you execute this command, Pandas library will be installed on your computer, right? Similar way, you can install other libraries as well. For example, numpy, right? To install numpy library, you have to type in command like pip install numpy. Okay. Now let's get started with our today's video. Now let's import pandas library first, right? This is the alias for pandas pd. I'm going to create a quick data frame. I'm going to take two series, two columns you can say. These would be in form of dictionary, right? So this is very simple data frame I'm going to create. Let me print it. If you're in the program, okay, very simple. If you see the type of the data frame, so you can easily check with this type function, right? So this is a data frame. Okay. Now let's come to the agenda, right? Which is transform function, right? So transform function, which means we can manipulate rows and columns, right? If you want to apply any of the custom logics on each values of the data frame, that is possible. For example, if you want to calculate the square of each value from the cell, okay, that is possible. How you can do that? If you see the documentation of transform function, this is transform function on data frame, where you see the parameter is type of function, right? We can pass on any type of string, list, hash table, okay, and we can get the output. You want to calculate the square of each value in the entire data frame. So how you can do that? In a simple way, first you will create a function, right? Let me take sq, okay. Here I'll take one argument. I'll be returning square of the value, right? So I'll say x into x, okay, that is the formula. Now if I want to calculate square of each value, so in the transform function I'll be just passing sq, okay. If you print the object which will be returned by this transform, so you will get your all squares in each cell, right? See, so we have a square for 2, that is 4. For 4 we have 16. For 6 we have 36. Second column has the same thing, 5 for 25, 6 for 36, and 7 for 49, right? So you have manipulated your rows and columns on the data frame with help of transform function, right? And you have just pass a function, right? So this is the one way to pass on your user defined function to the transform function, okay. Second way, to use built-in function, right, in the transform function. How? Let me take print df dot transform, right? Now what I want to refer the one of the function from numpy library that will calculate the square of value, right? So there is a function in numpy. I'm going to import numpy library as np, right? Because I have installed it on my computer. I'll say np dot square, right? There is a function, you see, there is a function square. I can use it. I can simply pass it. Okay. This is the same thing. What you are doing in first line. Okay. You have referred built-in function from the numpy library. Here you have user defined function which is used for transform. If you're in the programs, output would be the same. No difference. You see, both the statement has the same output. Either of the way you can do it. Third way is we can use lambda function as well. Okay. That is called anonymous function. So you can say lambda, right? Here we can say x would be our element, argument, and we will say x into x, right? That is the only thing we have to do. This is done. Okay, this is called a anonymous function like this function. But here the difference between this function And this function is, here we do not have any name of the function, while we have the name for our function, that is sq, right? So this is the same thing if you're in the program, so output will be the same. Okay, you see, all three statement has the same output. Okay, so transform means we can manipulate rows and columns with the help of other functions. Okay, whether it is built-in function, whether it is user defined function, whether it is anonymous function. All right, if you want to use multiple function, that is also possible, right? If you want to calculate the square root of element, so you can pass like np dot square root function we have, right? sqrt from numpy library. So it will calculate a square root, right? So two columns will be generated in the output for second statement in the program. So we have to pass on this number of function in a list form, right? So that is now corrected. Okay, if you're in the program again, so you will see, so for two columns we have square and we have square root, right? For column 2 we have a square, we have a square root, right? If you want to do it another way, like you want to create a series, so let me create a series quickly. On S1 you can do it, right? More easy, S1. Okay, if you're in the program, so you will get very fair output, right? Square and square root, right? For square 3 we have 9, 4 we have 16, 5 we have 25, and the square root is this. If you want to pass on another function, you can pass on. If you want to calculate exponential values, so you can pass on the function from numpy exponential exp, right? So it will calculate exponential value for each element, right? So you will see the exponential values is calculated. Okay, that brings us to the end of the today's video. We hope you found it informative and engaging. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content on all things tech related. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.